The stag knew I was there. He could smell me, but it didn't discourage him. He stood at the mouth of the cave and roared. I was inside the bell of his voice, the cave ringing with it. It was dark, but there was moon enough to mark the shadow of his antlers on the floor. And I could see the shapes of the hinds passing, hear their hooves drumming the path. The stag muttered, begrudging me, then strode off, following the hinds up towards the slopes of Breback. Earlier that day, the woman in the Land Rover had dropped me off at the foot of the glen, and I'd followed the path up to Craig nan Uv, the crag of the caves. All afternoon, I'd sat in front of the caves and watched the deer in the glen. Small groups of hinds, their heads bowed, young ones at their sides grazing the autumn grass. And to each group, a stag, lording it over them. The rutting season is called Amvuri in Gaelic, the roaring. The stags bulk up from summer, and a coarse ruff of hair bristles on their necks. They roll in soiling pools, coating themselves in thick black peat that is soaked with their own urine, and they chew on mosses and lichen until they smell rank. One stag I was watching with his hinds on the slope opposite the caves began to bellow as another stag approached, crossing a boundary. They hurled themselves at each other, the bone clack of their antlers sounding clean and dry like a gunshot in the glen. With brute strength, driving the intruder backwards, the dominant stag defended his estate. I didn't come here for the rut. In my month of walking, I only knew that I wanted to loosen boundaries rather than define them. That afternoon, sitting at the mouth of the cave, watching the deer in the glen as the day began to thin, Ullapool's bustle slipped from my mind and my body began to loosen, began to relax, as though I'd removed a coat that was too tight. Thank you.